12 miles an hour for what? A little kid? You're moving.
Yeah, that's
you're moving pretty good.
Fast and a pretty steep price tag for a little kid, I think.
Yes. So these kids who, you know, want to sometime maybe start to, you know, when they want to start to save up for that cash.
Yeah, right.
Save up for it, work for it.
You can early start, 35 grand right there.
Right? Yeah, make your minimum wage. We'll see when you get there. Might take you a bit, but good luck with that.
Right.
All right. Let me show you what's going on this morning on Sky Tracker Doppler radar. You can see the clouds increasing. They're rolling in from the northwest, still clear in St. Louis into the south and east, but not for long. Lots of shower and thunderstorm activity back out to our northwest because a cold front's heading this way. Most of the rain for most of us comes this afternoon, but a little bit of activity this morning west of St. Louis. You can see here from northern Gasconade County, from near Herman and Gasconade to near Warrenton. We've got these little heavy downpours that have sort of broken out this morning. A few rumbles of thunder from time to time with those. But generally speaking, here's the start times for today's rain and storms. Earlier this morning to the north and west, in and around the metro, a little bit closer to midday, and then late afternoon into the early evening over southeastern Missouri. All right, here's what we're looking at for the next few days. Yesterday we hit 95. Today only 87 thanks to the clouds and the rain. Tomorrow same. However, the humidity is going to be way down. Sunny day should be really fantastic compared to what we've had lately. Humidity starts to crank back up on Wednesday. Chance of storms here. Chance of storms on Friday. Best chance Thursday. Rain and storms looking likely. The weekend, pulled out the rain chances, keeping it dry. But look at those highs in the low to mid 80s. That's below average for this time of year. I know I'm looking forward to that.
Partying during a pandemic. New video shows social distancing guidelines thrown out the window at a local bar.
And as the St. Louis area deals with a spike in crime, today Missouri lawmakers plan to put their heads together to try to curb this violence.
And paying tribute to a civil rights icon. The plans to honor the late Congressman John Lewis in the nation's capital.
We still have 2 more hours of news for this morning coming your way.
Stay with us.
Right now on News 4, new restrictions expected to be announced today in St. Louis County as coronavirus cases continue to rise.
15 people shot in St. Louis since Sunday morning. What's happening today to address the historic violence that's happening in our city?
This is all about kids and jobs. This is our focus.
And another $1,200 could be headed to your bank account in the next month. Details on the latest stimulus bill Senate Republicans are expected to unveil today.
Live from the KMOV Broadcast Center in downtown St. Louis. This is News 4, watching out for you.
Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome into News 4 this morning. I'm Maurice Drummond.
And I'm Paige Halsey in for Marissa Hollowed. After a steamy weekend, let's find out if there's any relief in sight. Kristen Cornett starts us off with your forecast.
We do have some relief on the way. A cold front's going to come through later today. This morning, most of the area clear and dry, but you can see what's happening just off to the west of St. Louis. A few showers and thunderstorms. Most of the rain still back off over northwestern Missouri, though, and heading this way. Here's the good news. After this front comes through, it's going to be cooler and less humid. We'll get you into more details on that forecast coming up.
All right, Kristen, we'll see you a little bit later. Thank you very much. Happening today, St. Louis County Executive Sam Page is expected to announce new restrictions in response to a growing number of COVID-19 cases.
Now, the county has reported a record number of cases in the last several days. News 4's Caroline Hecker joins us live in Berkeley this morning, where Dr. Page will unveil the new restrictions this morning. Hi, Caroline.
Well, good morning. You're right. That growing number of cases, not only in the St. Louis metro area, but in St. Louis County specifically, is concerning, according to Dr. Sam Page. So much so that he says with help from local health experts as well as his pandemic task force, there will be new restrictions that will be put in place in St. Louis County to help curb or at least stop the spread of the virus. Now, that spread, he says, primarily is community spread, meaning people just not abiding by social distancing and or not wearing a mask. Now, last week, the county alone reported about 2,200 new cases. That's about a 90% increase over the previous week. Now, also important to note for context, when you look at the entire month of June, the county reported about 1,600 cases and 128 people died. That's about an 8% mortality rate. But if you look at the month of July, we've seen nearly 3 times the number of cases, and the death rate sits at about 1.5%.
The hospital admission rate is getting close to that 40 admissions per day mark that we had set several weeks ago as the point where we would start talking about more restrictions.
Now, Page says it will take 2 to 3 weeks to see any potential benefit that would come from any kind of restriction given the 14-day incubation period of the virus. So again, just to be clear, there have been no specifics released by Page's office as to what these new restrictions will be. All we know at this point is that at that 10:30 press conference he will hold here at the County Health Department, he will unveil what those new restrictions will entail. We're live in Berkeley this morning. Caroline Hecker, News 4.
Caroline, thank you. Coronavirus cases are spiking all across the St. Louis region. 1 month ago, our region was averaging about 140 new cases each day. Now it is nearly 5 times that, around 640 new cases each day. And it's a similar trend all across the state of Missouri. There were 1,200 new cases and 15 new deaths reported on Sunday. The state's total cases has now surpassed 42,000. With deaths over 1,200. Now, Illinois not seeing the same spike that many other states are right now. It reported just over 1,500 new cases and 1 death yesterday. That death total is actually the state's lowest daily total in deaths since March 21st. There are now more than 171,000 cases and 7,300 deaths in Illinois.
News 4 plans to reach out to the Wheelhouse today to ask about video circulating online showing the downtown bar packed. And that video is circulating, and you see it here. It appears to have been posted on the Wheelhouse's Instagram story this weekend. And then you can see there's going to be a lot of people that are crowded together and no one wearing a mask. The Wheelhouse just opened recently after temporary closing in June due to the coronavirus concerns. A popular business